It is the weekend. I am awake. Andrew is still sleeping, but we have a lot of stuff to do today. We got to get some packing done. I may do a tiny bit of sewing because Andrew has requested one more shirt for the cruise. I don't think I've actually shown you the other shirt that I made for him. I made a orange button-up shirt, and now he wants a floral one that matches a dress that I had made. It's kind of like satin with floral and some blue. Anyways, there's like the floral left over, and there's enough to make a shirt, so I'm gonna make him a shirt out of that. But yes, packing. I've got a voice lesson. We leave in a couple days, so lots to do. I also have a package coming in. Wow, yeah, exciting day. Thank you.
So we are now 2 days away until we leave, I guess, for Toronto before heading towards New Orleans for a cruise. And we did a last minute kind of, I guess, Amazon purchases because there's some stuff we realized we needed or kind of wanted. So one of them just arrived today, so we're gonna get it in this minus 25 degree weather. So this is actually something for Kayla, or something that Kayla got for herself. I shouldn't say for Kayla. Technically for the company, but definitely something she is needed and
what I will need for our kids around the world.
True. So it is a carrying case, but it's like watertight, seal, not the artist. Oh, that is cute. Yeah. It is a cute little blue carrying case. So it's a Pelican case, so it's like hard shell and it's great for it, but the reason we got it is so that we can bring our hard drives whenever we travel and there's no chance that they get broken.
I think we're going to be able to fit less than we thought.
I think so too.
I think it's going to be 4, so we're going to have to compact some stuff. Because this foam fits, maybe what I'll do is I'll use it as the guide.
Just carve out holes.
Carve out holes, yeah. Right now I've been separating my client work on different hard drives because usually what I do is I ask my clients to pay for a hard drive, and then at the end they can always like take the hard drive with them if they want to stop working with me and whatnot. But for traveling, I may have to just get bigger hard drives and combine them all, and then when I get back, separate them back in. So we'll see.
So this came in the mail. It's the Aeroplan / Air Canada status cards. Last year was the first time we hit 50K, and they were like, "Do you want tags to tell people you're 50K?" And I was like, yeah. We have the new tags. I get like a whole letter kind of being like, congrats, here's what it comes with. Aeroplan recently changed access to their lounges, so now you actually need 50K to get automatic access to all of their lounges. And then they give you kind of like, hey, here are what all the benefits are with our credit card, which we already have, so that's pretty sweet too. We get to tag these onto our bags and use them for our trip to New Orleans.
So you keep saying we, but it's really just you.
It is. It does say A. Martel, which, to be fair, if you had changed your last name, you too would be A. Martel. There we go. We'll get that on the bags for the trip.
I am in a foreign world. They speak a language of their own. I just got home from my voice lesson, and Andrew finished up a little bit of work. I did a little bit of work on our new hard drive container. Today I made some pretty good headway on Andrew's new shirt. It's right there. But I'm not quite done. I need to put the buttons on, I need to put the collar on, but otherwise pretty much done. So now it leaves us with finishing up the packing. We have not touched our toiletries yet, and we're going to reorganize some of our bags so that some of our stuff is in the carry-on and some of our stuff is in the checked bag, so that not only one person loses all their stuff if the checked bag goes missing. Ready?
Hey, I tell you what to do. Hey, need to pay your dues. Oh, don't be wasting any precious time now.
We are all packed, as you can see. There's still some empty spaces in our suitcases, and I say all packed, we're not all packed. We have all of our tech stuff to go, so computers, hard drives, all that jazz. I need my shoes. I have another pair of shoes coming in tomorrow, and we have our suits and stuff hanging in the closet instead of in the bag right now because we just wanted to keep them sitting upright as long as possible. We have some beer for our friend Mark, who we're staying with in Toronto, that we have to pack still. My crossbody bag is sitting here. So there's still a couple little things that need to go in, but it's all fairly easy stuff, and we need it or we want it for the next couple days while we're here. I also managed to get this all ready to go. So as you can see, I've got 2 hard drives in there, and then I can just pop them out. There's another layer of protection, and there's another 2 hard drives. So that should cover all of my client work that I need while I'm gone. And I think it's gonna work really well for while we're gone away as well on our big trip next year.
So one of the things that we've had in our house since we moved, in fact, I got it from an old coworker back in Toronto, is this scratchable map. And we have not updated it since at least 2019. And I know that for a fact because in 2019 we went to Boston and Boston is not scratched. We technically have 2 maps. So we have this very large one, which fits in this large picture frame. And then we have these smaller ones that are kind of like little card ones there, and they have different parts of the world. This big one is places that Kayla and I have been to together. And this one is specifically just for Kayla because she's been to a lot more places than I have, or a few more places than I have.
Got to walk straight. I'll be walking till the sun goes down. Walk straight. Got to walk straight. Walk straight.
I think maybe Panama. I wouldn't mind doing Argentina.
Well, we'll probably get a lot of this lower
Probably
chalk with like,
Brazil.
yeah, I was gonna say Brazil will be the big one.
I did love Peru, and I wouldn't mind going there again if things start to clear up. Hopefully we'll get this cross off a couple in here, a couple in here, a couple more up here,
This may not change as much.
because I think we're gonna do some doubles.
Yeah.
But down here for sure.
Well, yeah, honestly, it'll be interesting to see what we end up doing.
Yeah. And that's still all up in the air, dependent on prices and the state of the world and, you know,
Life.
things like that. Yeah. So stay tuned.
You better walk straight.
My shoes came in, and just in time. They were one of the last things on my packing list that I still had to put in, along with my sandals, which are still at the front door, so I gotta bring those up. But I'm really happy. They're super cute. They're even a little bigger than I thought they would be in the 7s. And I think it's because they're kind of stretchy. But there is a buckle, so I'm hoping that I can tighten it just a little bit, or I may just have to put like a Band-Aid in the back to bridge that gap. But it's weird for like a half size. Like I said, I'm 7.5 usually, and the 8 was too big. The 7 is too big, but I could not do the 6. So maybe I'm 6.5.
So I am currently checking into our flights to Toronto. I have status, so I have pretty sweet seats, and Kayla's not even on the board.
No, really?
Oh, there she is. Literally, we could not be further apart. Kayla's in the 20th row, Andrew's in row number 2.
Oh my God.
So I do the nice thing and we find a midway point, and then I take the aisle.
You're the best.
Yeah, well, my legs will thank me later. Also, another benefit for traveling with status is that I can add luggage for free. So that's kind of nice when we have quite a bit of clothes and bringing New Brunswick beer to a friend of ours. While I'm also checking into our flights, I'm also printing off some of our cruise stuff. So this is our arrival appointment, I guess our boarding zone, and then obviously final boarding needs to happen. There's also like our luggage tags, which need to be printed and all that jazz. So getting that together and taking off tomorrow, and gotta bring everything with us. That's the fun part.
We're leaving on a jet plane. We are actually leaving today. We're heading off to Toronto, and unfortunately our flight is already delayed. It's only delayed by 15 minutes, so that's not horrible, but it means that we just have to keep watching out because the plane that we are taking has been delayed pretty much since yesterday by about 2 hours. And for the first time in a really long time, we're flying into Billy Bishop Airport, which is on the island. If you've never been to Toronto, basically Toronto has 2 airports. One of them is the giant Pearson Airport where all the chaos was happening with luggage and stuff this last couple of years. And the other one is the Billy Bishop Airport, which is on the Toronto Island right near the CN Tower. But usually that's reserved for smaller airplanes and more specifically Porter Airlines. And for the first time in a long time, like we said, we're packing a bag and checking the luggage. So I'm hoping flying into Billy Bishop, we have a little easier and better luck and we don't lose our bag. But Andrew reminded me that we are connecting through Montreal, so that's where we may run into troubles. So we did repack our bags, and basically what we have now is I have my carry-on that is going to have my computer, all the tech stuff, as well as all of the things that we need in Toronto. So we each packed a Toronto bag for the next 2 days. We have our toiletries, and then we also packed an essentials bag that is going in the rolly bag that is not getting checked. And basically that essentials bag is everything that we need to get on the cruise and be happy. So we each have a bathing suit, we each have a couple pairs of shorts, we have at least one nicer outfit to wear to dinner, and a sweater. So hopefully we don't lose the big bag, but if we do, we are covered. And this is something that we do every time just so that it's not just one person losing their stuff. That's where we're at right now. I'm just kind of hanging out. I gotta run Jarvis, our Roomba, at some point. I have to pack up all my tech stuff. It's sitting over there, but I have a couple little things that I have to do for work still. Andrew's shirt is sitting here, so I gotta go bring that up to him. I'll keep you posted if there's any more delays, but we should be heading to the airport in 3 hours. So exciting. All right, so a bit of an update. The first flight is still only 15 minutes delayed, but the second flight from Montreal to Toronto has been canceled. And usually this wouldn't be a horrible thing. I mean, we did give ourselves a nice buffer. We had like 2 days in Toronto, so no worries about getting to Toronto before our New Orleans flight. But usually what happens is because of Andrew's status, we get rebooked really fast. And we have a decent chance of getting on like the next closest flight. The problem is because we booked my ticket for this flight on a coupon, it means we didn't book our flights together. So Andrew's status doesn't carry over to me. It means that if he gets rebooked, he will probably get rebooked before me, and I will have like one of the last priorities when it comes to getting rebooked. Right now, we're just kind of playing it by ear, waiting to see what happens. As of right now, neither of us have had any updates on rebooking and whatnot. We'll wait and see.
Hey, so it looks like we both got rebooked for an hour and a half later. We're still going to Toronto Island, so the airport hasn't changed. We actually get more time in Montreal. Not a problem there. Yeah, now I'm just trying to make sure that we're actually checked in for that flight and everything like that. So I think we're okay, but like, knock on wood. So when I put it on, it was 50.8, which when I measured it by me literally holding it on a scale, it was like, I think exactly 50 or...
So you gained weight in the cab.
Yeah, clearly. But she didn't blink an eye. She just like printed off the priority ticket and then like stuck it in. I'm good.
So we made it through security. We're at the Fredericton Airport right now. Our flight leaves in an hour and a half, I think. But I grabbed myself a beer at Chesapeake, which is like my ritual. We have a longer layover in Montreal now than we first thought, which is fine. It means that we'll probably go to the lounge and enjoy that. If it's not too busy, we'll see how that goes. And that's the plan.
Forbidden fruit is not always right. Make way for change. Oh, shitty train. I know for certain I'm insane. Nothing can live here. The mud is so deep, I can't see. Take me
bags and black bags. And I was like, no. I was like, we did not lose this one.
That would have been horrible.
Yeah, like, oh, what's the worst thing that could happen with the Sky Check? This. It would be this. So we continue down to the depths of the River Lake Ocean Sea.
We have landed. We're in Toronto.
Well, sort of.
We are currently in the underground tunnel on our way to the mainland. That was our last flight of the day.
We were not seated together because our actual flight got canceled, and then we got rebooked on like a 2-hour later one. Anyway, it was a short flight. It was only an hour or so, and
Yeah, I read the whole time. I had some ginger ale as always.
yeah, nice. Just read a bit, watched some TV, and now we're heading to the mainland, as Kayla said. And
Yeah, so if you've never been to the Toronto Island Airport, Billy Bishop, basically you have to take a bunch of escalators down,
we're underwater
and
right now.
we are currently walking through a tunnel that is underneath the lake, which
Yeah.
is kind of cool. And then we'll take some elevators to the top and meet up with our friend Mark.
So next week, we will be showing a little bit of our 36 hours in Toronto, as well as our 48 hours in New Orleans. That'll be a
Yeah.
pretty busy weekend, I guess.
Yeah, so thanks for joining us. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. And we'll see you next week.